Hey, everybody. Welcome to 30 and 5. I'm your congenial host, Mike North, here on 560WIND.com. Make sure you check this wonderful website for everything and anything that's going on. You know what? Big doings in Detroit. I've just learned that's the place to be. The new strategy for Detroit, Michigan is going to be high tech. That's right. There are 5 companies that have already relocated there. And if you're looking for a job in the tech business, okay, you can go to valleytodetroit.com. And I guess now people are able to get office space for next to nothing, able to start businesses for next to nothing. I mean, if you're trying to start a business in a metropolitan area like Chicago, okay, you need people unless you're in the tech business. Then you can be anywhere. For instance, Twitter has just moved there. Now, I don't know, if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It sounds good to me. Also, Quicken Loans is there in Detroit. So you have a town that's trying to reinvent itself. The Detroit Tigers right now are in first place. There's a cheap way of living there. It's regentrifying, if you want to know the truth. I think there's a lot of upside because they've hit the bottom. Detroit started hitting the bottom back in 1968 with the race riots, and then there was the people running to the suburbs of all walks of life. And all races, creeds, and colors. You know what's funny to me is they always talk about white flight. There's about 200,000, 230,000 people left in Detroit. And you know what? Over the last 20, 30 years, there was over a million and a half, 2 million. They weren't all white, okay? They left. Everybody left Detroit, okay? Because there's nothing there. Well, now there's going to be something there, and you got to be rooting for them. The technology industry coming there, maybe that will be the next big thing. You take people from the Valley in California, where it's very expensive to live, and you go over to Detroit, Michigan, where it's not very expensive to live. You have a fighting chance. It depends what business you're doing. Now, you don't want to open up a big upscale restaurant in downtown Detroit yet, but you know what? You will start seeing businesses crop up the more other businesses start filling up those buildings. Okay? So it looks very promising for Detroit. The cost of living, like I said, next to nothing. Groupon. Now, I was talking to my guy from Tasty Trade, Tom Sosnoff. And I said, Tom, did you invest in Groupon? And did you put me in on Groupon? He says, well, I invested, but I didn't invest. Get in. It's down about 10%. Andrew Mason now starting to wear a suit. See, when you go public and you're a major company, unless you're that kid from Facebook, okay, that can dress any way he wants, and I'm sure he even wears suits most of the time now, you got to dress up the part a little bit now, okay? For most people, you got to do that. Andrew Mason has seen investors take hits. The people that are in the Groupon business have not yet. So, you know what? It's the investors who are upset. They're down 10%. Quite frankly, I think it might be a good buy. But that's just me. What do I know? What does Bobby Petrino know? Bobby Petrino knows this. He hired a woman for a job that there were 159 applicants. On top of that now, he gave her $20,000. Mad money. Go out, have a good time, maybe to keep her mouth shut. So those other people had no even playing field. So the University of Arkansas had no choice. He broke big time rules from corporation rules that you can't survive. I don't care how much you want. It was sort of funny he's wearing a Sugar Bowl cap to let people know what they're going to be losing. Well, you're going to be losing a heck of a football coach who basically bolted the Atlanta Falcons, who's had issues wherever he's gone. And you know what? I got to give Jeff Long, the AD, a lot of credit. He could have kept him. And people say, hey! But now people are starting to find out there's more to this story than meets the eye. And you can't lie to your superiors. At the end of the day, they say, tell us everything. We'll see what we can do. He didn't tell them everything. Okay? So now the only thing they can do is get rid of him. And that's what they did. Ozzie Guillen survives. It looks like he's going to survive for now. We'll find out economically and everything else. But I want to tell everybody this. Ozzie Guillen is one of these guys who yesterday lost his aura. I don't apologize for nothing. Yeah, you were going to lose your job. I don't think you give a rat's Rudy Tooty what happened to the people in Cuba. You were saving your rear end. you know what? You might have done it, but there's more to come. This is down the road. Bottom line is, for you to say you didn't understand or you hid behind a language barrier is laughable, a joke, and quite frankly, there's a movie out called Liar Liar. Go check it out. Cubs lose again. Bulls win big. Sox getting ready to tee it up. Hey, you know what? You've been listening to 560, WIND.com. I'm Mike North. Flood Brothers Disposal and Recycling Services are professional waste haulers. Now, the Flood family is big on service. It's our number one priority, and we offer extremely competitive pricing because the Flood family is here to help you in this tough economy. Remember, at Flood Brothers, we build relationships, and the only thing we're big on is service. Call us at 773-626-5800 or floodbrothersdisposal.com.